Leo, it's Lisa with Heart of Inspiration, and I am here for your June 2020 mid-month reading. Now, this is going to take us from today all the way to the end of June. So it's going to take us right past the new moon solar eclipse, summer solstice, with everything going on. It's a little intense, okay? So it's going to take us past that. We've had some awesome readings thus far, and we're just going to get right into it. Let's get over here. I am using this Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck to get the first 3 cards. Now, what I've done is I've put a link to this deck down in an Amazon affiliate link, that you can order it if you decide you like it. I'm loving this deck, Lightworkers, Starseeds, because it's really speaking to us at this higher ascension space, okay? It's really speaking to us, and I love it. So let's see what we've got. You need one more card, please. One more card, please, for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more card, please. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Wow. Okay, here we go. The first card I have is Full Spectrum. The second card I have is Internal Explorer. And the third card I have is She of the Lotus. Now, what I'm getting initially, just right away, the Full Spectrum card really speaks to an opening of the full spectrum. If you look at this card, it's all of her chakras literally lit up at the same time. It's the energy, universal life force energy is flowing through her, and does not have to be a her, right? This is for both divine feminine, divine masculine, man, woman. This is, agnostic to that. But this is really giving us a deep insight into what we can expect with this portal that's opening. All of the planets within the next few days are all going to be in retrograde or stationary retrograde, except for 2. I believe that's Uranus and Mars. The moon is not considered a planet, it's a luminary. Everything else is going to be in retrograde. This is, to say this is a powerful portal, and also hats off to the Leo King. I was watching his broadcast earlier today, and he made mention of the fact that the moon is going to be conjunct or in the same sign with the sun at a new moon for 2 full days. That's highly unusual. Usually there's this separation like pretty quick, but it's like they're hanging back together to finish opening this portal. For you, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is an awakening of your divine masculine and divine feminine almost at the same time, right? Like this is gaining access to all of the chakras lighting up. If you're operating from your higher self, and even her Ka chakra is lit. Okay, even her Ka chakra is lit. This is like, again, this is full God, full universal, full down below root, right? This is an indelible, an unbreakable, a new connection from top to bottom, an infusion of energy, an infusion of light, an infusion, right, of this creative manifesting, but even greater than that. I'm going to try to put this into words. Leo, if over the next couple of weeks you're feeling like, oh my gosh, literally things are getting ignited within me and DNA is getting activated within me, and you're feeling this like superhuman, if you will, activation. That's what's happening. If you've not done, this is now why we go into the internal explorer. During this time, though, it's going to be absolutely critical, especially during this new moon solar eclipse portal opening. It is going to be absolutely mission critical for you to be completely in tune with your inner being, your higher being. Don't take anything for granted that you have thus far believed to be true about yourself, about the world, how you relate to the world. This is not a time for you to be kind of like real haughty and real like, you know, I'm the ish, I'm this, I'm the that. This is not the time for that. This is the time for you to go deep within and get in there and clear some more of the shadow, because the if you don't go in and clear shadow, if you don't go in and do that work, if you don't go in and take care of that, what can happen when you get this infusion of I have no other word for it but power. When you get this infusion of just pure, unadulterated, universal life energy, life force, your third dimensional self, as it is trying to integrate it, can then translate it into this, I'm amazing and I am the ultimate and I am God. I'm just going to put that out there. And while we're all divine beings of the source divine, if you're not careful with this, because with great power, with great wisdom, with great knowledge, with great light comes great responsibility. And we have to be careful with that. We have to understand the responsibility. This is a time for you to go within. This is also a time for you to be studying. This is a time for you. Don't just go spouting off all these words that you may or may not know the full meaning of. Find somebody to talk to. Find a mentor. Find someone to connect with. Do your research. Do your studying. Get into your meditative time. And don't just run with what you hear initially. You gotta study. There's a verse in the Bible that says, study to show thyself approved. We can't throw out the buzzwords and not know what we're talking about. In a fullness, we have an idea. We have a grasp on it. I'm not saying, Leo, that you have no clue. But what I'm saying is that this is a time for you to really root out that shadow and transmute it into light, because you're going to have the full spectrum of light available to you, which means any area of that shadow that could come in and turn this from just pure light and kind of turn the hard left to not operating in the purity and the integrity and totality of what it is. So be careful with this, because what's being ignited in you, we can't create anything without the divine masculine, right? It cannot happen. So what's being created, what's being ignited in you is that masculine energy to come with the divine feminine. And we've been talking about this, Leo, and some of you may not have been with me, but we've been talking about this for a little while. But in a personal level, this means that this is the ignition and the passion and the fire to ignite your fullness of manifestation, to get that started, to get that rolling. And having this infusion can be a lot if you're not grounded. Having this infusion of information and messages and downloads can be a tremendous jolt. And I think that some of you This is taking you to a place you're not going to get taken to anywhere you're not ready to go. So let's just put that out there. But this is a grand elevation. This is a ripping of that veil, right? Apocalypse comes from apocalypsis, right? Which means removal of the veil. You're going to see some things and know some things you thought were true, but with this internal exploration, you're going to be like, God dang it, I know it's true for real. So do not be concerned, or do not be afraid, or do not be like, oh my gosh, if all of a sudden Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, especially Leo, Suns, and Moons, you begin to see gifts just kind of begin to appear, abilities begin to show up. And the ones that you're already operating in, deepening, but it has to be on an integral level. This is a lot of responsibility. This is a lot of responsibility, and I'm not trying to dissuade you in any way, shape, or form from accessing it. But this also does require you to take a couple of steps back and do some serious grounding. All of her chakras are lit, not just the upper chakras. All of her chakras are lit. Okay? All of her chakras are lit. So it's equally as important for this to get integrated into your lower chakras as it is for it to come in from your higher chakras. And when it meets in the middle at the heart chakra, this is an incredible amount of manifestation energy. This is an incredible amount of manifestation power. Watch your thoughts, watch your words, guard your heart. Operate with integrity at all times. Because this infusion is for the collective. This infusion is for you as an individual to move into your light work, as well as for you to, and as you move, then that helps the collective, because we need this as we're going forward through some of the darkest times. So we're getting the greatest light to offset the greatest darkness. And she of the lotus flower is very symbolic. I'm going to actually look that one because I feel like I need to go here for that. Let me go to the book. That's why I love these books now. You're not expected to memorize every oracle card. See, and this is more shadow work. Shadow work addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself back to wholeness. The beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters, disempowering triggers, bringing light into your dark corners. Both of these cards are saying it is time to use this portal to do your shadow work. When there's a solar eclipse in Cancer, it's always to do with, right, this kind of, you know how we are. We're all about home, we're all about hearth, we're all about stability, we're all about foundation. Right? We got to have we're very loving and very kind. So we will love you, forgive you, right? These two cards are telling me that you are being illuminated again, because with great light comes great dark. With great power comes great responsibility. We have to root the darkness. We have to do the shadow work. Because there is this dark flip side. It can be used in a very primal, a very, right, in a not a good way. Very self-serving. And you think you're doing it for the other person, or you think you're doing it for other people, but it's really self-serving. This is why we got to do that shadow work and get that up and get that out. And get that healed and look at it. in a very realistic way, because from this, as Neptune is going into retrograde as well, all these other all the plant that pulling back. Oh boy, pulling back. So we can see the truth. So we can see the ugly truths. Because we can't heal, right? We can't heal the ugly truths and bring them into the light until we can actually see them and own them. So this is a shadow work period. This isn't a time to be running around here, roaring and shining. This is shadow work time. Make sure you understand where you're at. Make sure you understand where there have been, misconceptions or misunderstandings. Make sure of that. Yep. So we're going to pull tarot. Thank you. Yep. Okay. And clarification of full spectrum, Knight of Wands. This tells me this is going to happen. It's going to happen fast. I knew I needed to get this out to you guys. This is quick. This is inspirational, and this is quick. Message, light being brought to you. The wheel. The wheel is about to turn in your favor, but it can also go back. There are, if not applied in the right way, if this internal exploration is not done in the right way, go back and look at the karma. Go back and look at karmic lessons. Review the relationships you have. Review the relationships that are over. Own your part in it. Review relationships that continue to happen over and over and over again. What's your part in it? What are you attracting? Because in order for the wheel to fully turn and keep on a good momentum if you don't get down, keep on a good momentum. Sorry, that was Virgo. For you gotta, anything that's been blocking that wheel from turning, we gotta remove. And then under She of the Lotus is the Queen of Pentacles. So there are some very rudimentary, there's still some limiting beliefs that are keeping you from your harvest. There are limiting beliefs that are keeping you from fully seeing and believing the manifestation. There are minor obstacles. There's also, for some of you, minor structural changes in your daily routines, or maybe you need to create routines. Those routines have been upset, or the apple cart's been upset, but it's like there's some structural cracks that need to be handled so that the seed can be planted in good ground. And we can get this Queen of Pentacles energy out so that you can give of your harvest. Okay, so that you can give of your harvest. Virgo energy. Some of you need to look at your health as well. If you've been ignoring taking care of yourself, you need to look at that as well. That is going to have ramifications as to how well you can execute your purpose. So take care of yourself. That's the other thing I'm hearing too. Go to the doctor, dang it. Some of you need to go to the doctor and find out what's going on. Some of you just need to start an exercise program. You need to start eating better. Drinking more water for some of you. This is a massive infusion. This is a massive portal that's being opened, and we got to really take it to heart. All right, Leo, that is what we have for you. Now, before you go, I want to let you know as well about what we're doing on this coming Sunday, June 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. I am hosting a free coaching session on finding your voice. Okay. The link to register is down below in the description box. That's going to help you hear clearly, right? We're going to talk about hearing clearly, that higher self. How do we then translate that into third dimensional speech? How do you get your voice heard above the noise that's going on? Either, right there with your family, friends, right, your circle, and then even out to the world. So this is going to help you find your voice and then use it. So it's an hour. We're going to be talking about finding your voice. We're going to have a lot of different, we're going to talk about some meditations and things like that we're going to do in there. But it is going to be an amazing time. So that is this coming Sunday. And if you're watching this after the 21st, we'll go to the website and then you'll be able to check that out on Lightworker Academy. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. And Leo, take this seriously. I'm excited to see what's happening. I'm excited seeing the healing because we need it, right? Everybody needs it so we can move forward. And I'm excited to see what you're going to do, my Lightworker Leos. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so much. Namaste. Bye-bye.